How many of you know Lisa and have worked with her? Okay, we gotta really increase that. We gotta increase it. I gotta move it higher. How's that? Good, good, good check? Okay. Closer to the mic. Ooh, yes. Closer to Mike. Well, Lisa told me that she first fell in love with architecture design in 1965 as an 8th grader. How many 8th graders are here? 8th graders over there? Okay. Who insisted that girls should also be able to take boys' middle school drafting class. Her first design project went on to win first place in the California State Fair. When she finally got to architecture school at UC Berkeley, she found it much too restrictive by her wide-ranging interests. Instead, she crafted an independent major in urban planning, combined with the then emerging field of ecology. That led to her first job, working for the famous architect Christopher Alexander, who is the author of A Pattern Language. A lot of you have read it. Aaron's saying, yes, I've read it. And eventually a master's degree in architecture from MIT, which, by the way, that's where she met her husband. So I just want to leave it out there. Which led to early work in passive solar design, which led to her master's thesis, Thermal Delight in Architecture. I had no idea she had done that. Wow. Which was then published in MIT Press. And per the MIT Press website, it quotes, "The book has never gone out of print. It still sells thousands of copies a year. A perennial favorite among architecture students worldwide." Go, Lisa. Since then, she has successfully balanced her career across design, research, consulting, and writing. Oh, wow, her architectural background in passive solar design and a 1980 interview she conducted with, who we all know, Bill Lamb, for Solar Age magazine, who helped set the stage for subsequent development of skylighting guidelines, and SkyCalc, which was a widely used computerized calculator. I do remember, Cheryl, do you remember the slide rule that we all had to use? Yeah, that's Cheryl and mine. It really helped designers optimize both the visual quality and energy performance of skylit buildings. She was in it from the beginning. So she spent a decade helping everyone doing this, including the federal government. This included her to produce and author multiple editions of advanced lighting guidelines. But then she was a founding member of Heschong Mahone. Let's see, she married Doug Mahone. Okay, yeah, so they got a group together, and Lisa led lighting policy and developed Title 24 for lighting, outdoor lighting, everything. That's where I first met her. But she pioneered new code requirements for daylighting controls too. Well, she's volunteered her time and talent. She served on the IS board of directors. She developed a brand new IS committee on daylighting metrics. She raised research funding and led the development of a new climate-based daylighting performance method. How many of you use daylight, spatial, daylight autonomy, or annual sun exposure? She did that all with research. And that was an LM 8323. Okay, got it. But that's not all. Lisa's greatest contributions to lighting and science is her expertise in daylighting and building science research, especially where it applies to the human and environmental factors. It's not just getting light in, Lisa started looking at how the light was and how views affected our performance. So she looked at so many other research. She goes, okay, with the students, yeah, higher performance, but let's dig into it on why. And she discovered it was the students with views that had the higher performance. So she goes, okay, what about call center workers at SMUD? And she did that and found that their performance was so much higher. So with that, she actually wrote a book called Visual Delight and incorporates all of Lisa's research. How many of you have read Visual Delight? All right, keep reading it and tell everybody. It's amazing. I've known Lisa for so many years, and I'm continually looking at her positive attitude and quality of views. She is my leader. Every time I've got a question about performance and views, I go right to her. I'm so deeply honored to present Lisa Heschong with the Edison Report Lifetime Achievement Award for her amazing and ongoing contributions to the lighting industry and human health. Unfortunately, Lisa is not here because she's doing keynote addresses at conferences in Hawaii, Switzerland, and Germany right now. And she regrets not being here. But she wrote the following brief acceptance letter, which I'd like to read. She said, Nancy, Randy, and all of you, thank you so much for this exceptional honor. I do wish I could have joined you tonight. I think I'm missing out on a lot of hugs. Okay, let's do virtual hugs. Oh! I recognize that my particular career focus on energy efficiency, daylighting, and its connections to human performance have not always been absolutely the center of the lighting industry. But thus, our recognition of her and her contributions in those areas is even more precious. An award like this is an unexpected and joyous gift. I know that it's a labor of love for all of those who organize and participate in an event like this, Randy and Lance. Without this effort, such recognition wouldn't happen. Indeed, it rarely does. There are so many people all around us whose steady efforts and many contributions go unnoticed and unremarked. I ran a consulting company for 25 years, and I deeply appreciate the dedication and persistence of every single employee, every collaborator, every client we ever worked with. Together, all those daily efforts add up to smoothly functioning organization, and indeed, a harmonious and productive culture. At the Heschong Mahone Group, we always try to encourage people to speak up. Our mantra was, at any meeting, be sure to always ask at least one question. Okay, Naomi? One question. And appreciate someone else's contribution. Try to articulate the next logical step. Little ideas from so many different directions percolated upwards, adding energy and occasional waves of insight and innovation. Thus, in addition to thanking you all for this honor, I would also like to thank all of you I've worked with over the past, and she has in capital letters, 50 plus years, and most especially my beloved husband and business partner, Doug Mahone, who made everything I've accomplished possible. Yeah.